Hey guys, it's Jen and I'm back with another process video. I'm using my combined kits. I smashed November, December, and January all together because they kind of went well together and I wasn't done with my November and December kits. And so I just added them to my January kit from Scraptastic. And I've pulled out some things that I want to use for this page, and I'm scrapbooking this photo of my daughter. She found a caterpillar and she's just always she's a daydreamer and just interested in just the world kind of. And so these word those word wood pieces that say Fearless Dreamer are from last month's Scraptastic kit, I believe. I think they're from December. They could be from November. I can't remember. But I knew when I saw them that I wanted to use them for a title, and so my title's gonna be Fearless Dreamer. And I just pulled a bunch of circular elements that I'm going to layer up and kind of scatter in a diagonal from top right to bottom left. And those are a mixture of Maggie Holmes vellum pieces, Amy Tangerine stitched die cuts, and I've got a flare badge from the January kit that says happy, and that I love you vellum piece is a print and cut from Scraptastic, and it's an exclusive print and cut. So what I'm doing now is I'm taking some packaging and I've sprayed some gold Heidi Swap color shine onto it, and I'm just smearing it across the page. And usually with this gold mist I put it down in droplets, but this time I kind of wanted to smear it around, and it's hard to tell how pretty it is from the video, but hopefully you'll see in the close-ups. It just gives this really nice shimmery look to the page. And I'm mounting the whole thing on a piece of yellow cardstock, and that's left over from my November kit. And then while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to add a couple of words to my title. So I'm going to make it She is a Fearless Dreamer. And I'm using these Teresa Collins Studio Gold tile stickers, and they're so pretty and shiny and I love them. And like I said, it's going to say She is a Fearless Dreamer. And eventually I'll end up squishing those together more so there's more definition between the words. So now I'm just going to turn this over, and I'm using some score tape in 1/2 inch size to tack that down so that the warping isn't noticeable. Because I got it wet with that mist, it did warp a little bit. And I'm kind of sad to lose the back of that paper. It's really pretty. But you gotta do what you gotta do. That paper is from Heidi Swap's September Skies line. And it's from the November Scraptastic kit. So just pulling that off. And I left some room around the edges because I knew I wanted to stitch that paper down. And so that's what I'm going to do next. I've gone to my sewing machine, and I already had gold thread on my machine, so I just went with that. And I usually have white thread on there, but I used gold on my last layout, so it was already in my machine, so I went with it and just stitched around the outside. And now I'm going to layer these pieces back up. So I thought about matting my photo with some cardstock or some patterned paper, but it just didn't end up looking right to me. So I did mat my photo in white, and I'm just layering a few pieces up. That vellum pieces from the Maggie Holmes die cuts, and then that coral colored tag is from the January Scraptastic kit. And then I thought I would use some of these Maggie Holmes vellum flowers, but they don't end up making it onto the layout. So now I'm just going to lay down those circles again and see how it kind of looks good to me. Just playing around with it a little bit. And I know I want to use one of those butterflies. Since she's got the caterpillar in her hand, I thought this was the perfect page to use some of those butterflies. So I'm going to go with the coral one. I thought at first I might do the yellow one or try to do both, but it just didn't work out. So I'm just sticking down those wood veneer pieces, words with my regular dot adhesive, and since those words are pretty thin, they stick really well with it. And I'm just moving the words so that the F in Fearless can kind of dip down into the space between the R and the E. so that it kind of nestles together a little bit better. And then I'm just adding my subtitle, She Is a. And for the butterfly, I'm going to tack it down in the center, and then I'm going to pop it up on the wings. And what I did was I used my thin foam tape closer to the center, and then I'm using some thicker 3D foam squares from, I think it's from 3M or 3L, I can't remember, on the outsides of the wings so that it pops up more toward the outside and it's tacked down in the center. And I like the dimension that that gives. And then I'm just going to rearrange my circles. Oh, and I do tie a little bit of crochet twine to the top of my tag. And I did a double layer of that twine. And oh, I popped up the edges of the tag with some thin foam tape. And like I said, I'm just going to play around with these circles a little bit to see where I want to place them. That one that says Happy Days that's an exclusive printable, and then it's layered on top of a gold vellum striped piece from Maggie Holmes. And then that circle I just cut in half is another exclusive printable. It's just a pink little circle, or I guess it's a white circle with a pink edge. And then I'm just playing around with some more of the Maggie Holmes vellum pieces and trying to see where I can work those in. I had thought I was going to put that gold arrow piece up at the top left, but I decided on the black just so my daughter in the photo is kind of dark, and so I wanted to bring a little bit of that dark element into the rest of the page. And just looking at these Amy Tangerine stickers from the December kit to see if any of those might work, but I end up not using any of the circles. I do take a couple of these phrase stickers, and I'm going to use one that says hello, one that says love you, I think, and well, we'll see what I use here in a second. Oh, on an adventure, hello, and love ya. That's what they say. And I'm just going to place those around the layout a little bit. And I'm just going through some of my other embellishments to see if there's anything else that I might want to add. And I will move my page down so that it's not out of frame in just a minute here. I thought I might use some of these exclusive cut-aparts from last month's Scraptastic kit, but I end up not using any of those. The documented little file tab that I stapled to the top of the picture is from this month's cut-aparts. So now I'm just going to commit to these circles, and I'm going to start adhering them down. I'm using my Xyron sticker maker to adhere the vellum I love you down, and I'll use it again here in a minute to adhere the yellow vellum word strip right below the photo. And I like it because it applies an even amount of adhesive to the back of the shape, so you can't see through it at all. The other half of that little pink circle does not make it onto the layout. Here's that other vellum piece. And then I'm just going to adhere the other word sticker below it. And I'm also going to adhere that black vellum piece with the sticker maker as well. I've been loving that thing lately. I'm going to put that hello sticker right below it. Now I'm going to go through, I felt like I needed one or two more little circles down at the bottom. So I'm just going through the Maggie Holmes vellum pieces again to see if there's any other little pieces that I could add. And I end up using this little stitched floral piece, and I'm going to line it up with the stitching on the bottom so it looks like I stitched through it. And then I pulled out these puffy stickers from Evalicious. They're from last month's kit, to see what I could add. And I added that black dot as kind of a period at the end of my title. And I like doing that sometimes. And I liked that I could bring in the black a little bit too. And then I'm just going to look through my enamel dots to see if I have any that might work, because I just want to sprinkle a few smaller dots throughout with the bigger dots. So I'm just going through those. And wouldn't you know, for how many I have, you'd think I had more that would work, but I just really didn't. So now I'm just trying to decide if I have everything right. I've gone ahead and sprinkled some Heidi Swapp Gold Color Shine, and I'm just going to do my journaling to the right of the photo. So the video cut out, but all I did was add my journaling and a date stamp, and then I added one enamel dot up in the top left corner. So I hope that you enjoyed this layout, and come back soon for some more process videos. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.